I don't know why it's a rule in school. I don't know why, but I wish that it wasn't a rule in school. I wish that hats were allowed in school, but you know what they will say, grin and bear it. You know what they will say, grin and bear it. That's exactly what they will say. That is exactly what they will say. That's exactly what they will say. Once they make a rule, they usually don't go back on it. I'm trying to grin and bear it, but it isn't easy. And I really shouldn't get my hopes up about the rule being changed. Because, I'm sure that rule is in place for a reason, but I just don't know yet. I think I will find out. I think I'm about to find out. When I talk to Mr. Moran, I will find out. It will be very exciting to hear about what a principal has to say about the rule. But this rule is so discouraging. Maybe I did know that hats weren't allowed in school back then, but I didn't really think about. I never really thought about why. I mean, I think I knew that hats weren't allowed in school because I didn't see anyone wearing a hat in school when I was in school. When I was at Larkin, Kimball, or Otter Creek, or Hillcrest, I love wearing hats, and, well, there are other people that like wearing hats, too. But when they enter the building, they have to take it off. They can't wear it in the building. Let them wear their hats in school. What is the big deal? Why are you making a rule about it? Just for a few problems. Problems are a part of everyday life. Why don't you make a rule about everything then? Why don't you make a rule about everything then? And, I think we should be allowed to wear hats in school because well, my argument for wearing hats in school is that it will make you feel more comfortable at school and more at home at school, and it might help you out on a bad hair day if you're having a bad hair day. So I think those are my reasons for allowing hats in schools. Why can't we wear hats in school? That is such a frustrating rule. The no hat rule, it is a rule in most schools. And this is no April Fool's. It's so frustrating that I can't wear my hat in the building. But it is a rule, and everyone has to obey it, and that is that. Some students at South Elgin High School wore their hats too low. And then that rule was put in place. Some schools allow hats, but most schools don't allow hats. Well, the schools that do allow hats are on the east or west coast of the U.S., like Portland Public Schools or Framingham High School. But the majority of schools, no hats. Since so many schools forbid the wearing of hats inside school buildings, there's too many to name. There's too many to name. An investigation is ongoing, but police do not believe drugs or alcohol played a role. It's unclear why the person was on the road. And 5 people, including a child, well, this is such a frustrating rule that once you enter the school, you have to take it off. And it's that way for most schools in the United States, except for Portland Public Schools or Framingham High School. Just days after 2 police officers in the town of Brookhaven were shot and killed,